Hello all, welcome back again to my YouTube channel Zade Academy. Today we have the end of month or a EO function to learn here, which calculate the last day of a given month. We can also be used to calculate start or end dates of the previous or the future month as well. So the syntax wise, just two components of this formula. It starts with your start date, that can be current date. It can be a random date as well. It can be a sale reference to a sale containing a date, and then the month component, which is the number of months before or after you start or current date. So if I'm interested in the last day of the current month, I would put a zero for the month. If I'm interested in the last date of the next month, I would put a negative one, sorry, positive one. If I was looking for the last date of the previous month, I would rather put a negative one, and so on and so forth. So let's say we have got a start date of the current date of 12/1/2022 in the cell B3 here. We can use the EOMONTH function in a number of ways. If you want to calculate the end of the current month, we would use EOMONTH B1 comma 0. To calculate the start of the month, you have to get a little bit clever, but you can use the EOMONTH function to do that as well. So for the instant, the start of the current month could be calculated using EOMONTH B1 comma negative 1, which gives me the last date in the previous month, and then just add 1, I mean plus 1 to it to get the first date of the current month. So remember that dates really just values because of that underlying dates value. So adding 1 to it essentially just a tax on one day. So similar case here, to get the start date of the next month, we can say EO month B1 comma 0 to get the last day of this month, and then add 1 to get the start day of the following month. So now let's jump into an Excel and actually practice this for the last day of the month. All I need to do is write equals EO month. Then my start date or the sale reference to a date could be E5 or E6. So let's we select the E5 first. And what I'm going to do is press F4 to fix it, which will give me the option to copy and paste this formula elsewhere while continuing to the reference refer to the E5. So I don't want this reference to shift on me. So I'm pressing the comma over, and the next space is which is the month. And in this case I would like the last day of the current month, so I'm just gonna put it 0. Close the parenthesis and press enter. So you can see here the result is 44957. And if you paid attention to the first few lectures, you have probably recognized that this is date value that it's showing me, and that means that this cell is formatted with the general formatting type. So what I can do here is I'm just clicking on the cell and right click to go to the format cell. You can see it is in general tab now. So go to the date. So I'm just putting this as a default one. So I'm going to that this, so putting this one as a default. So I'm going to press OK here, and there you go. Now, keep in mind that depending on when you are actually doing this exercise, you are going to see different values and the dates. Don't worry about that. The concept and the fundamentals should still apply in any cases. So, to get the first day of the month, this is the second part here. I'm actually going to just copy this formula first, escape, then paste it here. And now remember that the little trick, instead of 0, which I mean applies the current month, I want the last date in the previous month now. So I'm going to put negative 1 minus 1 here. I mean, and then I'm going to just jump outside of the parentheses and then add one more to it, which is plus 1 now, which will get me the first day of the current month, which is, if I press enter, you'll find out it's 1/1/2023. which is the first day of this month, because the current month is January 2023. So now, last but not the least, first day of the year. This one is a little bit tricky. There are a couple of ways to do it. The first way is to just copy and the paste that same formula that I just wrote it down. So I'm going to do that. Equals now. So I'm looking for 1 month in the past, which is the same thing here because we are in the Jan month. So I'm putting the same month here, and if you're adding one to it in the formula, it will give me the same output here because on the first month we are here as well. So because the first day of the month, in the first day of month we are getting same result, and here as well we're getting the same result for the current date. Now, when you are doing it at home, you may not subtract 1 month depending on what month you are looking at. So we can modify this formula to make it work, no matter what your current date and the current time is. And what to do, that I'm to just replace the minus sign here. Yeah. So what I need to do is subtract the current month number, which requires me to know what the month number is, and and then multiply it by -1 to get the right month component for this formula. So in the parenthesis, I'm going to do a -1 times month, sorry, times is wrong, -1 then times month, open up the parenthesis. uh, Now we require the current date here, which is E5, close the parenthesis again. I think one more parenthesis is required, so hit the, yeah, so I think, yeah, it is correct. One more parenthesis required is correct. Okay, so now to recap what I just did, now what I'm saying is I want the end of the month here, where my current date or the starting point is E5, but the number of months that I want to look back in time is a function of what my current month is. So this is saying if I am currently in the month of 12 of the year, I want to go back in time where 12 months ago and get me to the last day from the 12 months ago. If I'm in the 10th month of the year, I want to jump back and get the last date from the 10 months ago, and so on. And then again, this last piece is just a tag on that one extra day, uh, to get the first day of the following month. So if I press enter here, you will get the result as the same one, which is the first day of the month, because we are on the same month right now. So as you can see, the EOMONTH is really used for function. So you can use it to do a very number of like very creative things, and it's a pretty critical tool for Excel users working with date and time, because there's really no similar way to do it, given the fact that the number of days per month varies. This kind of automated a lot of that tedious manual work that you have to do on the daily basis. So this is all about the EOMONTH function. So thank you all for watching this video. If you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe the channel to get more videos on the SZ Academy. Thank you all.